And when you try to be a great friend, or to make new friends, you're moving closer and closer to who God created you to be. School is hard. Homework is harder. Finding great friends, even harder. Taylor, 8th grade. Shifting friendships. Now that you're moving into your middle school years, you may have noticed your friendships are changing. In fact, we've talked to hundreds of middle schoolers who struggle with this. Sometimes they feel guilty because they don't want to hang out with their childhood friends anymore. And sometimes they're pressured, by their parents usually, to make different friends than the ones they already have. Here's the scoop. You're changing, duh, but really, you're changing big time. In fact, except for the years between your birth and your 3rd birthday, you're changing more right now than at any other time in your life. You're a change monster. One thing that's changing the most is your brain, even though you sometimes feel like you've just lost it completely, or at least misplaced it for a little bit. Just like you're growing up physically, your body is changing and stuff like that, your brain is also growing up. One of the cool things about this brain change is that you're becoming unique. When we say unique, we don't mean weird, although that may also be true. We just mean you're becoming more different from other people, one of a kind. Think of it this way. If you put a bunch of 5-year-olds in a room with some toys, they'll pretty much all get along and play together, unless one kid is a total jerk in training who wants to make everyone miserable. But if you put a bunch of 13-year-olds in a room with a CD player and a big stack of CDs, you're likely to hear, "I love this song," at the same time you hear, "This song totally stinks." Little kids usually form friendships based on who lives near them, or with whom they naturally spend a lot of time. But young teenagers form their friendships based on common interests, and this will remain true for the rest of your life. So lots of middle schoolers shift their reasons for having the friends they have from "because they live by me" to "because we like the same things." This shift isn't easy. In fact, it's often messy. Feelings will probably get hurt, and misunderstandings are likely. Here's what we want you to understand. The shifting friendships thing is normal. It would be great for you to be loving and forgiving and all that stuff, both to new and old friends. But it's normal and okay to go through friendship changes during the middle school years. I hate it when in elementary school someone is your best friend, but when you get to middle school, they suddenly think they're just too cool for you. Haley, 7th grade. Cliques. We wanted to talk about this topic at the beginning of the book because it's such a big deal in middle school, and it's way more of an issue than it was in grade school. Some people call them cliques. You probably don't use that word. You probably call them friendship groups, but there are different kinds of friendship groups, right? Some groups of friends are open and welcoming to new friends. Their attitude is, "Hey, if you want to hang with us, come on." They're like a party in a park. Anyone can walk up and join, really, because there are no doors or walls. But other friendship groups are closed and unwelcoming to new people. Their attitude is, "Of course you want to hang out with us, but you can't because we don't want you." They're like a party in a locked room with a security guard at the door and a pit bull tied up out front. These closed friendship groups are what we call cliques. Here are a couple of helpful words and ideas. When a group wants to be open to others, they're considered inclusive because they include people. But when they're not open to others, they're exclusive because they exclude people. Friendship groups can be either inclusive or exclusive, but cliques are usually exclusive. Okay, now that we're clear on what a clique is, let's talk about them for a bit. First, it's normal to want a group of special friends to hang with. In fact, it's not only normal, but it's also good. Remember, God made us for community. Check out the very first chapter, God's Design. Second, it's normal.